Hey, what's going on? So we're going to do a little scope leveling. Deer season's over for a firearm in Illinois. A few counties are doing late season or whatever, but it's primarily over. We got muzzleloader, I guess, this weekend if you're muzzle loading. But other than that, this here's a 444 Marlin. I've just got done remounting and actually leveling my scope on the 4570. So we're going to go over a couple different systems. I'm going to be using a couple. I'm going to be using a Wheeler system. It works pretty good. It's a professional leveling system, reticle leveling system. I've used it on the 4570, so now we're going to use it on the 444 Marlin. Then we're also going to use this right here, a master grade scope mounting compo. And it comes with a torque driver and reticle leveling system as well. So let me get things set up and we'll show you how this works. So I'm going to remove the scope here first, and then we'll get set up and we'll get the everything level. Now if you look, you can see the marks from where my scope was mounted. So my eye relief should stay the same. Now what has prompted me to want to do this, both of these guns at 100 yards, the 4570 over there, it was in, I mean, we're talking barely any paper, we're less than MOA. This firearm, the 444 Marlin, was like that at 150 yards. The problem was when I started getting out to the 200, 250, even 300 yard, I went from my grouping wanting to be to the right, and then it starts wanting to go to the left. That tells me my reticles were not exactly level. Since these are straight wall rifles, I'm not shooting 1,000 yard. These ain't Creedmoors. These are straight wall rifles. They're very accurate. The 444 Marlin's probably the king is king of the straight wall if you want flat shooting distance. But again, these aren't really long range flat shooting rifles. These are straight wall rifles. But I'm going to go ahead and get my reticles leveled here, and I want to get them as precise as I can. And then we're going to do some shooting tomorrow. So get the scope off, and then we'll start with the leveling system. Okay, so as you can see, I've taken the scope off. I'm using my mounting rail. So I've got to position the gun, the firearm, to where that's nice and level. Okay, so now that we're nice and level here, we're going to come down here with this tool. We're going to place it on. We're going to place this tool on the barrel, and we're going to get this level. So now that I'm level here on the barrel, this will stay. I'm going to leave this on the barrel. So as long as this bubble's level, I know this firearm is level. So now we can move on. Now this system, like I said, was called the Professional Reticle Leveling System. It's by Wheeler. But we're going to do another reticle leveling system after this process. So let me go ahead and now get my scope installed, but I'm not going to torque it yet. So now that the scope is somewhat loosely mounted, I can still turn it. I'm going to take this and put on top of scope mount. Now remember, I'm still nice and level on my barrel. So this barrel is true as far as the gun being level through here. So now it's just a matter of the scope not being level. And there we have it. So we could stop right there and torque, but we're not going to. We're going to do it. We're going to put the other system on here now. Okay, so now I've installed this piece that comes with the master grade scope mounting. With the master grade, the problem is you really don't know if your receiver is your firearm actually level. So you could put the scope on, and even though you're level, showing level bubble, you don't know if you're actually level. By using the Wheeler first, I know that my gun is level. I know I'm level here, right? So now you look, I've got a bubble here. So this is what happens next. So if you look, this system here has a light in it. And it's also got its own level up here. And again, I'm level down here on the barrel. So I want to come up here and I want to go, okay, let's get level up here. Now let's see where we're at with our reticles. That looks pretty level, folks. You see how this works? So now I feel like I've got a pretty level system right now. But you got to make sure you're level here as well. So the target's level, the gun's level, everything's level. Yep, I'm good. And I don't think I'll complain about that. I believe that's some pretty straight reticles. Again, drywall, or excuse me, drywall. Whew, straight wall firearms, 444, did the 45-70. You could certainly go a lot farther if you're shooting for distance competition, you know, lapping in your rings, things like that. We're not going to do that. We're trying to kill a deer. We're not doing competition. These aren't long-range rifles per se. These are just good hunting rifles. Both of them CVA Scouts. So, Bagheera barrels, 1 in 20 twists. Very good firearm, single shot, great for Illinois. So there you go. There's the system all nice and level, and we'll do some shooting in them tomorrow, hopefully.